one.
All right, everyone, and
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. We've made it at long last. This got pushed back a little bit from the original time it was supposed to be airing on Fangame Marathon, but we made it. So sit back and relax and have fun participating in this absolutely amazing game show? Quiz? It's a quiz. So without any further ado, Kurath, take it away. It's all yours, man.
All right, everyone, welcome to Fangame Music Quiz. For those unfamiliar with the concept, what happens is simply we play a song for up to 30 seconds from a well-known fan game, or maybe a little bit less well-known, but nonetheless. There'll be a set of 5 options available, and you will simply vote which one you think it is. Now, to make this a little more interesting, we want to add some stakes, and, for those who may not necessarily know that many fan game songs, we're going to give you a little bit of an opportunity here to participate towards a greater goal. So we're going to have two teams here, based on the 2 major contributors and people who have helped me populate this fan game music list. Over from the Americas, we've got Skull Dude from Brazil. He's done a lot of the heavy lifting here, and he's going to be the red team. And on the other side, we've got Wolfie, representing the EU, and he's going to be the blue team. Unless I forget which colors which he has to get swapped, but, we'll live with that if it happens. Look at that, I got it right. So if you want to, feel free to select exclamation point Team Skull Dude to join Skull Dude's team, or exclamation point Team Wolfie EXE to join Wolfie's team. If not, just feel free to participate, and it'll throw you on a team at will. So just give you a quick second to get familiarized with the interface here. Over in the bottom left, we'll have the 5 answers. In the top left, we'll have an image related to the song that'll appear a few seconds after the song starts playing. In the top right, we'll have the main leaderboard to see who's currently leading the way. And in the bottom right, you'll be able to see the submissions and the order of the people who had submitted per round. Give you a few seconds here to get your team sorted out, and then we're going to get started. So get ready for some real bangers, as it were. All right, round 1 incoming. Oh, and also one last thing for the stakes, just to make it, just add a little bit of extra bonus. The winning team's captain will get to decide one thing, which I will draw and paint at the end of the show. Here we go. Oh yeah, and a quick addition for those, you can also do exclamation point guess if you're not sure, and you do get bonus points if you get lucky. There we go, Coswing taking down the first question. That is from Noasis, run by our man Bootstrap here earlier in the marathon. What a great run that was. Second question down. Coslin's pulling into the lead, and Wolfie's team managed to squeak out a few extra points there to take the lead as well. That's a classic Kermit song right there. The Vivo tag, for those unfamiliar, usually is a giveaway in these cases. Alright, that one may have been a little bit of a giveaway by the graphic. We tried to weed some of those out. And I happen to know that specifically that this one was my fault because I had to change the particular link because the previous one got taken down. Got Cosmoing out in the lead here. Actually, a lot of red names up top, but Wolfie's team still seems to be ahead. There's a few questionable additions to the whole process here, and this is definitely one of them. This is a bit of a joke one. This game has no music at all, so it is just silence. Out of 1,300, we've got a handful of meme submissions, and that just happens to be one of them that came up. You'll notice, too, this is an avoidance song. We do have a little bit of logic in there to make it so when avoidance songs come up, they get paired against avoidance games, so it'll be a little bit less obvious just by looking at the names to try to sort that out. So just be aware that is something you have to consider. It is a tight race so far with only a 5% difference between the teams. Let's see how this next one goes. Didn't actually know that one. Was worried maybe everyone got baited out by the image, but it looks like people know what they're talking about. Yep, that is from Ocean Adventure, a great gimmick game from our millionaire man, Piece of Cheese. Yep, the classic song from Nang. Glad, even though Cosmo is a dirty rascal, he at least admits to it. And Cosmoing with the lucky guess, too, to hold on to his lead. Got a lot of Island Master songs in here, as it just happens. Sometimes the bandwagoning goes wrong. That's a solid 8%. Can't always trust those guys, especially not Cosmo. Or whoever selected it first, I wasn't watching, but you gotta be careful there. Anaconda Box is a pretty well-known avoidance, it looks. What do we got now? Another thing, just for your own little personal glory, too. If you do happen to be the first person to get the correct answer, the background will change to your chat color. So if you want to leave your own little mark on the screen for a little while. Sometimes going in fast is the answer. See, not only do you learn about new music from this, but apparently you learn about new games. Although, based solely on this chat interaction, maybe it's not one that you wanted to know about. We had Geezer there with a solid 0.72 second guess, too. Really nailing that quick grab. Got a little bit of music spoilers there here for if anyone's trying to stay completely blind. I guess you're not going to be staying completely deaf. It's possible that the needle thing is missing some characters, or there is a game just called Needle, so. Let's see what we got next. It's a nice purple background, whoever won that one. That's definitely got that dopamine vibe. And it looks like Team Skulldude is taking a small lead here. Will they be able to hold on to it? Nice, some good old Mario Kart sound. Skulldude building up the lead. Gonna have to log into the broadcaster account for that, Wolsk. It's gonna get real competitive in here if that starts happening. I know there's a lot of people who have been waiting for Bristle. And just in case you weren't aware, too, this is the project that sourced all the music that we've been using during the marathon, during the intermissions and such. So there's it's been a lot more fruitful than we first thought when we kind of imagined this up. Oh boy. What is this? right. I have no idea what that was, and that's definitely one that Skull managed to slip in there. But that's a boss, apparently. Team Skull Dude is definitely building up a lead here. Might need some people to represent the blue side for Wolfie to stand a chance. Oh God, please don't be. Alright. We'll just be going through rounds until time starts getting short, so we'll have enough time for our little finale. We've also got a final score screen and a bunch of stats to go over as well. Another one representing the Crimson Needle series. From the classic Neon series. See, there's a little bit of betrayal felt in chat after that one. Yeah, we had a big split on that one. Usually if you do happen to know who makes the games and you see them vote for their own game, probably a reliable source, but not always the easiest to pick out, that's for sure. Yep, Troll King. We've actually got a run of that coming up later by the dirty scoundrel himself, Cosmoing, who is currently most known for his cheating at Fangame Music Quiz. .26 seconds on the guess from Geezer. That might be the fastest one so far. Though I haven't been watching that closely. Keep in mind this game runs at 120 FPS instead of 50 FPS like most fan games, so you can get down to the second decimal place in terms of precision. That's definitely an underrepresented decade in terms of music in this. But it's glad to see that we've still got a few holding in there. Seems like we've got a lot of big fans of that song. Or the game it came from, anyways. Definitely one of the lesser known games of that style, I would say, but nonetheless. I'll admit I didn't know that one, but a lot of people definitely got baited since that clearly wasn't an anime medley. That was definitely Wolfie's chance to catch up a little bit, at least in his personal score, since he was a big speedrunner of this game. Ah, this is a classic. I saw it, Peace, but was it worth throwing away your own game? Speaking of which, more runs coming up includes the new Draw My Guy FM 2019 version. So make sure you stay tuned for that later. That one did not get many votes. I take it that's the Miko Avoidance and Explosive. That is not a well-known game, it seems. And probably most people think of the types at the end. Second Mario Kart Wii song from the same game so far. And Wolfie is now standing alone for his team on the top of the leaderboard. It's not looking good for the Blues. Close, piece, close. It's a classic divisive game style song. Kind of give it away a little bit. Alright. Hope you guys enjoy that Game Maker logo. That is indeed Torture with the default built-in Game Maker song that nobody really knows the name of, but it's built into Game Maker. And someone just tagged it as some Game Maker 8 song. That's not a very team leadery thing to say, Skull. Indeed, it was a slaughter. Maybe we should have made it a little more lenient for people to switch teams in case they want to abandon Team Skull Dude with that kind of attitude. There's Cameron, which was supposed to be in the marathon, and I'm not sure if that ever actually happened. Otherwise, we would have had a chance to hear that one. Got a bit of a split on that one, too. It's a Legend of Heroes song there too, Wolfie, to keep in mind. Well, we'll have to have someone double check that one. I'm not sure why this is a picture of some cows grazing, but that's what we've got. Indeed it was. But congratulations to Piece of Cheese for his actually somewhat impressive achievement that I'm not sure that we really have anything to do with. Got a big split on that one too. Seems like chat's heating up a little bit here with the competitors. Speaking of Wolfie, it looks like one of his games might be coming up. That is not another falling game. Also another underappreciated one, I would say. If you see a Sound Voltex picture and go straight to the barrage, you would usually be right, just like in this case. Yeah, do exclamation point team, then the name of the team you want to be on, Nins. Or if you just answer, it'll put you on one automatically, after which you'll have 10 questions worth of time to change it manually if you'd like. Yeah, we don't need to antagonize each other, guys. It's just for fun. What do we got here? Wow, someone really fit in perfectly the last 30 seconds of that. Like I said, might be a little too much Idol Master in here, but we'll have to live with that. Speaking of which, look what we got on the game list. Oh, let's see some Philosopher. Bummer. Got a big split on that one. It certainly is one of those Chinese needle songs, as it were. But there are a lot of Chinese needle games to go with it, I suppose. Got some excuses coming in there. That is from Blue Mage. Alright, time for the big round 50. Let's see some Farewell. Cultured 2 indeed. Alright, after 50 rounds, we have Team Skulldude at, I should have made this a smaller font, but it looks like 73,000, maybe 49, and Wolfie at 70,262. That is less than a 5% difference, though, so it could still go either way. This could be Wolfie's big millionaire question, but it's not. Like the guest really wanted it to be Cosmo, but it wasn't. You see that LSS got that one, which he should since that's his game. It's a great medium difficulty little trap adventure. God. Got some high tier acapella for that one.
The obstacles inside should never have the right to be part of the problem. But even if we tried, we'd hardly have the time to spend in living our lives right.
It's Kermit 3 final stage, if I recall correctly. Quite the track. That is from Blue Mage. I'm a big fan of Ronald Jenkins as well. Cosmo's falling apart here. He's about to lose his lead. But that is Pastel. Yes, as we've said, Azure game. That is the cute duck. We did have Dorito 3 earlier in the marathon, so hopefully nobody, or everyone caught that run to know it wasn't that one. Yeah, get some ducks in chat for Piranha. It is a questionable game, but a fantastic song pick to some degree. We did see basically that entire game earlier in the marathon as well, because it's inside Minesweeper. See the Moon is a real classic. Finally got around to playing that recently myself. That is a tragedy, Bandy. The tables have turned. Wolfie now has a 1% score lead. Skull's gonna ask himself if he paid Cosmo enough to cheat for him. I'm actually not sure where that is in Z3, but apparently people know. Ah, that one. It's like the 10th game already, representing our man piece here. Definitely a bit of a rarity, one of the platforming songs with vocals. That is the actual album art, 128. Believe it or not. Did seem to be some serious baiting going on there. Fortunately, Bummer with the quick guess nails it for the big points. I don't understand why this link is named what it is, but okay. Cosmo loses the lead and immediately goes straight into a bro moment. Alright, looks like we'll have about enough time to go to round 70, so that'll be our target mark. We got Wolfie up with about a 2,000 point lead here. Got 3 rounds to turn it around, Skull. Okay, that's a panda. Some diary. Another Azure game showing up in the mix. Skull's falling apart. 1,800 points for this last question. It's going to be a tough one. Let's see what our final one is. Hearted eyesight trap, and not only is it the final round, but look at that. They just crossed the 100,000 point mark. And Team Wolfie takes it, although Skull Dude did manage to hold on to the top spot. It wasn't good enough. Got some final stats here while Wolfie thinks about what kind of drawing he's looking for. They had Voider88 with the 100% accuracy, 31 streak. Topping it off, Andreas coming in second, 96% accuracy with a 14 streak average. And Ruben Gamer with a 95% accuracy. Andreas, though, pulling out the longest streak with 32 in a row, beating out Voider's 31 with 100%. And Cochran 27. Matt Gluber was probably one of those guessers who got 7 in a row wrong. Got a number of people answering all the questions there, with 128 leading the way simply because of presumably alphabetical order, but although I'm not sure why Watson would show up so far to the top. Signal C with the most guesses, 58. Captain Squid with almost 40% guess percentage. That is twice the expected 1 out of 5. Looks like we had a number of happy guessers. Alright, and unluckiest. We have a couple of people, including Clay's in here, and the Gamer Geek, who could not guess a single one right. I'm not sure how many times they tried, but 0 is pretty tragic. Cosmo, with his cheating, landing the most firsts at 9. And Board 5555 spamming that guess at a 3-second average. Keeping them fast. Kermit 3 song is the easiest. That's a classic. Usually those are easy to identify with 96% of people getting it correct. And we got a bandwagoning failure near the start there with RYS Needle Game only having an 8% correct. Yes, Watson, that is the longest incorrect streak. Good work. And yes, big shout-outs to Peace for somehow managing to pull the 0 second. That may have been the most impressive achievement of all. All right, Wolfie, did you decide on this particular image as stated, or let me just pull up an MS Paint here. Got to get our quick art session to go in with the music session. Really round out our fine art skills and get some culture into the community. Patatok the pirate being oppressed by a puzzle piece. Alright. So I'm going to preface this with that I'm probably even worse than Wolfie's drawings, so this is not going to be pretty, but we'll see what we can do here. We're going to make him strangely bulbous for no apparent reason. Since he is, of course, a pirate, he does need an eye patch. Let's fill this in, which I probably left a hole. No, I didn't. What do you know? You know what? Patty's an eccentric guy. He's probably got 2 eye patches. We'll give him 2 eye patches. That seems fitting. Just color that in nicely. And, yeah, that's his mouth. Let's get a nice flag here, because every pirate's got a flag. That is some good straight line drawing. It's a little late. And, very good pirate flag. Has a really poorly drawn skull and crossbones. But since he's an avoidance player, it's Miku's skull, so it's got some twin tails. And all right. Now we need some puzzle pieces here. See, first we'll get a nice jigsaw puzzle piece, and I mean we gotta have a variety, right? Because you don't get impressed by just like one puzzle. It takes a number before you really get the PTSD from it. And Wolfie would know all about this too. That's the Skull Dude team flag? Alright. Let's see, what other kind of puzzles probably oppress Skull there, Patty? Well, this is Fangames, so you know, I'm a big fan of the Sudoku. So we need a good Sudoku grid, and by good I mean it's going to be terrible, but Alright, now if you missed the blind race here earlier, something has come to mind. You might want to avert your eyes. But there was a stage in there that I'm a big fan of, and I think to really wrap it up, we just need to make sure that the emotion is properly expressed, because let's be honest, this face could mean anything. So we just need a nice colorful choice here. We'll start with green and do like a solid P. That is the worst eye I could possibly have created, but we're gonna stick with it. I can't be bothered to do a word that long like that, so. And you know, he's trying to jump up there to, you know, to knock it away so that he's no longer oppressed, but we got the classic invisible block appearing right on top of him, ensuring his continued oppression. So, there we go. Oh, wait, I forgot one last thing. He needs a... So, obviously, one last important factor in that Patty has great national pride, of course, so he needs a incredibly poorly drawn maple leaf on his chest. That's a good question, Skull. So there we go, guys. That is Fangame Music Quiz. And there will be an offline version of this made available at some point in a currently worked on project. So keep your eyes open from that. And I guess I'm not drawing naked Mario. And we'll pass this along back to whoever is in charge. And I think we've got Widget coming up next with his task showcase, hopefully.
I'm in charge. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kurath. We really do appreciate you coming along and doing this for us, even though it wasn't in your preferred time slot. You still made it work, and we really do appreciate that. Very close game, very close indeed. Some really competitive people in the chat, to say the least. But yeah, we got there in the end. So we're going to switch it over to the transition now.
Alright.
Set up for Widget's task was Open ITG Showcase. So we'll be back for that shortly. So sit tight, and we'll see you guys soon.